dickhead. Fucking dickhead. It's on the phone anyway. Can someone clip that? I can't clip it. My hands ain't working. Let's get you a clip. Oh God! It's getting narrow, isn't it now? Up the top. Later. I'll try and give you a call in a bit. It's that time of day when the sun's come out, but it's still really chilly. And it can't quite make up its mind. Like the sun on my back's really hot, but the air on my front's really freezing. I've got the best of both worlds. And there's, what speed can we get? Is it gonna get me? Hang on, fast as I can. What number can we get? Yay! That was funny. That was probably the best bit of my day. Come on, squirrel. Move it, move it, move it. Pheasant. Is that a pheasant? Nearly got him. Yeah. So this surface is a bit loose, I can't even lean it over on this stuff. Will we come back yet? Oh, stingers!
Giggity Sponges says a bell end would show.
I don't wanna see you. I don't wanna hear you tonight. I don't wanna fight you. You don't wanna know if I feel right. I don't wanna just forgive you. I just wanna be fine. I've been waiting for a sign to light up. Yeah. And your heart is out of sight.
Didn't sound too horrible actually. No heart rate. Good morning, mate. Morning, morning. Right, that says we're off journey by that one. Oh, welcome, 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 SW, welcome in. So here we go, look. Whoa, nearly fell off. MR2. Alright, mate. That's all right, don't worry about me, as long as he's alright. No worries, Katie. Stay safe.
I don't wanna call you. I don't wanna know what you think.
I've been in the workshop. I'm trying to get my head around designing this custom bike for the cycle next year. So this year we cycled from Land's End to John O'Groats, and when we kind of there was parts of the trails that, and it wasn't just road, there was off-road parts and bits and pieces, and the bike didn't have any rear suspension, only had front suspension. I managed to break spokes, we collapsed the wheel bearing, we broke bolts on the carrier, and it was just the sheer abuse of just the weight I was carrying and the shock. There wasn't anything to absorb it. So I'm trying to build a custom mountain bike that's got front and rear suspension with a carrier or some form of carrier so we can put the weight on the bike. But we've also got problems that when you've got suspension, everything ends up really high on the rear of the bike. We want to get the weight lower, and there's no actual way I can find at the moment of designing a carrier, so we might have to pretty much go to a company and say, look, can you weld something or can you make something for what I need? So this is what I'm trying to do today. So in a minute I'll jump down the workshop. I'm just going to make another cup of tea, get my tea, and then we'll go down there and I'll try and... Basically I'm just fiddling around with stuff and seeing what we can make. But I thought I'd go live before I jump in. But yeah, if you want to follow what's going on and ask questions, hit me up in chat and I'll try and do the best I can to answer. But they don't actually make what I want. You can buy a mountain bike, but then you're limited on gears because most of the new mountain bikes only have one front sprocket or chainring. I want a bike that is almost mountain bike and a road bike. So I've got 3 chain rings on the front, and I've got probably 9 to 10 on the cassette at the back. No, I don't mind that if I've only got 9, because I want the low gears for going off-road and going up some of the steep hill climbs on the road and off-road. And then when we're on the road, I want the big chain ring so I can really push it and we can keep a nice 20 to 25 mile an hour on some of the flat parts of the journey. And the other thing I want is I want suspension that can be locked. Now I know you can lock forks. I was doing some research last night to see if I could find a rear shock absorber for the bike that could be locked as well. So I want like a lever on the handlebar that I can push it and it locks the bike. So the bike is like a road bike with no suspension. And then when we go off road, I want to be able to push a lever so it's really like kind of floats. So my suspension, I don't want a suspension that can take jumps. I want one that's really, really soft. So it kind of just does this. So when we're on the gravel trails, I can just float, so we can hit the bumps and whatever, and the suspension takes the shock away, so I don't start breaking stuff. But the problem we've got is the carrier comes off the seat post because I can't mount one to the frame because of the rear suspension. So we mount it to the seat post, it then ends up really, really high. So when we put the pannier bags on, they're going to be really high. So what we might have to do is like have a custom, the frame extended in a way that instead of going over the wheel, it kind of comes round the sides of the wheel, so the pannier bags are sitting on their own frame or an extension of the frame. So I can mount pannier bags next to the rear wheel, allowing the suspension and the mud guard. So it's like a mountain bike with side panniers basically, but they don't make anything. And it's really frustrating because I'm like, well, this is what I want. And when I go to bike shops, they're like, oh, well, they don't make that. Okay, well, let's make something. Like when I was 15, I made a BMX with front suspension, which I took off of a motorbike. I think it was anyone remembers the Pooch 50 or Pooch Maxi? It was like a pedal motorbike. You push a lever, pedal it, and then you drop it and the engine would start. You kind of bump start the engine and you could ride it. And they were everywhere when we were kids. So I was like, okay, I'll take the forks from that, I'll put them on a BMX, and then I made the bracket out of another set of forks. So I got a BMX set of forks, cut them down, and then we bolted them to the motorbike forks to put the brakes over the wheel. And I'd done this when I was 15. 14, 15, I think I built this. Because there wasn't anything out there. I then put motorbike forks on a mountain bike, or it was on a road bike frame, which I wanted suspension. Morning, mate. And that was back when I was like 14, 15. I built all these bikes when I might have done the BMX when I was 12 or 13, to be quite honest, because I was probably 15, 16 when I built the mountain bike. And then after that, I bought the mountain bike, which we are building. So the frame that I'm going to do this with, or try and build this bike with, is the one I bought from a bike shop when I was probably 18. So yeah, there's lots and lots of history. So I want to kind of use something that I've had for many years. It's made out of quite a thick aluminium frame, so I'm hoping that we can get the ideas together. I can take some photos, then I can go to a fabricator.
Martin69 says you have your location on.
Probably not my location, but yeah, I know what you mean. The map's on, yeah? But if you have a look at it, mate, you'll find that that's not actually my location, it's just the map. But we can turn that off. Map off. Hopefully that turns the map off. There we go.
Martin69 says YH map is SML.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah. So you can turn. I can turn the map on and off. To turn the map on, it's map on, exclamation mark map on. To turn it off, it's exclamation mark map off. I think any of the moderators, many mods can do. I'm not sure. I have to have a look at the settings. But yeah, can we do the? Let's put it on that scene. I need to change, because this says DJ, but I need to put this on live to call it live 1 and live 2. Because there's a few different scenes. But I like this scene because when we're chatting on multi-platform, it allows everyone to see the Twitch chat on screen, which is what I want, as it's the main platform. What's our main platform? Yeah, I was trying to get as much information out there as I can at the start of the stream for anyone who's going to watch this on YouTube or Kick, because we're live on Kick, we're live on YouTube. I might open it up to more platforms because I want to get more people kind of following and supporting the channel. You for coffee? I'm making a cup of tea, mate. What are you doing today? You working, are you? I might have some more pizza, because we went to Pizza Hut last night. Have we actually got any plates? I think the kids have used every plate in the house. So I might have to wash a few plates up. Water. It kind of felt hot and then got cold. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. At home. Yeah. There's a few people I've got to ring. I keep having people ring me, or like I say to them, ring me in the morning and or ring me Tuesday morning, right? Or ring me Tuesday. People always ring me at like 4:30 or nearly 5 o'clock and then wonder why I don't answer the calls. Because by the time I've seen their missed call at 5 o'clock, I ain't ringing them back until the next day. And then, oh, I'm busy now. Well, if you're going to ring a company, you don't ring them at 5 o'clock and go, can you have a look at this, do you? You ring them like in the morning. But, yeah. I'm thinking, what one do I eat? A bit of pizza. There, mate, start with a cup of tea. So yeah, I'm just going to make teas and bits and pieces, and not sure what's going on covers everything. That's all right, mate. No worries. Oh. No, if you ever want to run out of plates, just have kids, because it seems that they can't. Look, they're not even really dirty. They're just everything they have to have a new plate, or a new cup, or a new glass. Like, you can walk out the kitchen, come back in, and there was no plates or cups on the side within 5 seconds of the kids getting home from school. And it doesn't matter how many times you tell them, their ears don't work. I better not put that away, and I better make Sam a cuppa.
Says, what did you say, lol?
I was just moaning about the kids, mate. I don't know if the mic's picking. The mic should be picking me up. I haven't got radio mics on because normally that mic's really loud. I've actually been thinking of turning the mics down. Just moaning about the kids.
Can you feel that?
This morning my daughter was like, Daddy, can you take me to school? I was like, well, what's wrong with your legs? Are they suddenly broken? What's wrong with them? Yeah, let's turn this around a little bit. You can't really see me, can you? There you go. But
Giggity Sponges says, hey all. Martin Martin 69 says, I was messing about when you saw about the kids not listening, lol. Georgia Todd 1234 says, hiya Giggity.
Is it an age thing, do you think? Do you think that's what happens? Do you reckon we were like that? I think once you become a parent, although I'm a very childish parent, I've said this to my kids, like, I'm never going to grow up, because if you grow up, you become old and boring.
Martin 69 says, if Giggity Sponges, hello.
Doesn't matter how much. These plastic plates, I don't know where we got them from.
Says, Georgia Todd 1234, hello.
What are you doing today, Georgina? Anything good? Plasma, what are you doing? Martin's, I think Martin's kind of working.
Martin 69 says, I'm a grill and chill this weekend.
Grill and chill. I'm DJing. Actually, yes, a point. We've got to fix that speaker. I'll put it back together. I haven't tested it yet. I need to test that speaker working.
34 says, hello at Farting Martin 69.
Yeah, I'm got to make sure I fix that speaker right. I don't know if I fixed it. Really, I should have tested it, but I've got to get it out. So, but yeah, last night we went to watch Beetlejuice at the cinema. I keep saying I'm going to stream in the evening, but by the time we got in and we went for.
Farting Martin 69 says, I'm at home but gonna
Where was it? We went. I can't think of the name of it. Went to a Pizza Hut. That was it. So yeah, we went to the cinema and then went to Pizza Hut. I say Red still streams on Meet Me. I saw her the other day that she'd gone live. I think I was in the cinema maybe when she went live, so I didn't go in to check her out. But she still goes live now and again. Try not to slice my hands off on these things. These things are like razors. The ninja knives. Sam was like, we need the set of knives we had before, we'd had pretty much since we moved in. I was like, oh, let's get a new set of knives, and they are literally like razor blades. I think everyone's cut their hand on them apart from me. But again, like 9 times out of 10, I'll get a knife out, I'll use it, I'll literally wash it under the tap, dry it, and put it back again. So I don't even put it on the side. But it seems, again, the kids got to use 15 knives. Right. I bet it makes Sam a cup of tea. Last night's pizza from Pizza Hut. Mmm. Who eats cold pizza? Well, who eats the pizza the next day? Like, I've met a few people who go, oh, cold pizza, or warming it up. Mmm. It's good. Yeah, she wants tea. Has anyone noticed the weather's got really, really cold at the moment? Like, it is chilly.
Martin69 says coffee no sugar for me, please.
Mmm. I don't know if I could I don't know if I could drink coffee with no sugar. For me, 2 spoonfuls of coffee, 2 sugars.
Martin69 says yes, you should be out at 5:30 in the morning.
I used to quite enjoy getting up at like 3 AM. Get up at 3 AM, be on the road for 4, driving up the country to be at a job for 9 o'clock. I do miss it. So, especially the libraries. Used to really, really enjoy going to the libraries to fix the units that were all over Stoke-on-Trent area. I always enjoyed that because they always gave me. I always got tea and biscuits. I'd turn up and they'd be like, "Oh, morning, Clive." I'm like, "Oh no, don't just jump straight in. We're going to put the kettle on. Come and have a cup of tea and some biscuits." And that was always the same. So that's why I love my job. Food.
Giggity Sponges says this is a congestion charge service.
Congestion charge? Hang on, I'll have a look in a minute what you wrote.
Giggity Sponges says.
Yeah, can't read that. The bot basically went, I haven't got a clue what you're trying to do.
Giggity Sponges says it's supposed to sound like a vibrator.
Oh, what do you want, monkeys? What do monkeys want? Should we get monkeys? What's my monkeys want? He's not going to like this because I've got wet hands. He doesn't like wet hands. What's that, monkeys? Oh, what's that, mate? Hey? What's that, mate? You're a good boy. You're my little monkeys, isn't you? Who's that monkey? Who's that? Hey?
Giggity Sponges says hello, anyone there?
Who's that on there? Me? You enjoying that?
Georgia Todd 1234 says so cute.
Who's that monkey?
Giggity Sponges says all.
You got it.
Giggity Sponges says cute.
I call him the unsociable cat. So we've got the ginger one, which is look at me, look at me, look at me, fuss me. And if you don't fuss him, he just meow meow meow. He's like, well, he squeaks. It's more of a he doesn't. It's the weirdest meow you've ever heard. Right, and he's very very playful. Then you've got that one, Monkey. If he comes through the door and you try and stroke him, he just legs it without fail. If you make eye contact, he's like, you're going to touch me, and he just runs off every time without fail. Then you've got Muzzy, which is the mum cat. She's a tortoiseshell. She's lovely. He's coming back. He wants biscuits. He's cadging, aren't you? I know what you want. You want bickies. Do you want bickies?
Giggity Sponges says test 2.
Giggity Sponges says.
What the hell was that? Did someone just put something on an overlay off?
Giggity Sponges says lol.
What did it say? Did the bot actually say something?
Giggity Sponges says.
Okay then. I'm not going to lie, it did sound like I might be in a massage parlour. What are you doing, monkeys? You trying to steal my pizza?
Farting Martin 69 says each to their own lol.
The voice didn't come out in English, it came out with a very strong Asian accent. More pizza in here.
Giggity Sponges says I would try something.
I want to try something. You try away.
Giggity Sponges says. Konaki her ideographic comma Konaki her ideographic comma Karabu ideographic comma. Farting Martin 69 says have you had your hair cut la 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 la. Giggity Sponges says Japanese.
I did shave my hair off the other day, yeah. It just got in the way.
Giggity
It got far
Sponges
too
says
long.
no lol.
What's up, monkey? Don't even think of stepping on my plate, you little shit. Well, I think I've got away with everything.
says konnichiwa, konnichiwa, karebu, koko ni kaig maramasuka.
He's on one again, isn't he? What's up? What do you want? He sniffs them. He's like, I don't know what you're cooking, but it smells nice. Yeah, it's all mine.
Giggity Sponges says no. Giggity Sponges says lol.
Right, out of the way, monkey. Yep. Oh, he's on one. He's on one. What are we going to do with you, Plasma? He's trying to get his own back because we woke him up. Apparently, I was sending him too many things on Instagram this morning. But I woke up early. I went to bed early, that's why. I think I was in bed by half 8, 9 o'clock, I suppose I was in bed. But yeah, I was down the workshop yesterday afternoon and I was trying out the carrier on the bike. And it was the carrier that was on the Chinese bike, the Chinese e-bike. And it clamps on the seat post rather than the one that used to clamp on the kind of the rear, where the axle rear axle goes, and it comes up and then mounts on the frame. How do you make every one of my streams? Just. Oh, look at that. We've got all these little cheesy bites as well. So I'll eat this and then drink my cup of tea and then we'll get down the workshop.
Giggity Sponges says oh baby.
If the sauce comes out the hole. There we go.
Giggity Sponges says food coma out of one slice.
Oh. Spicy sauce.
Farting Martin 69 says who's still playing Monopoly.
No, we're all playing the other one now. Playing that one. Here.
Giggity Sponges says I've not played a lot of Farting Martin 69.
So I got a new game called Raw Match. This one's running for a month, and then after that, if
Farting
Monopoly's back out, we do.
69 says Royal Match.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't know if we can delete and replay. I think once you've played one of the games, that's it. Only new people can play the games. But it's over $100 at the moment playing Raw Match, so thank you to everyone that's playing it.
Georgia Todd 1234 says I'm still playing Monopoly, only got 100 points to be first, haha. Farting Martin 69 says what's this one then? Georgia Todd 1234 says catching up to Giggity. Giggity Sponges says lol.
So Monopoly ended. That has gone.
Georgia Todd 1234 says I won leave.
Oh, you're on leave? Oh, okay. Are you alright though, yeah? Just making sure you're okay.
Georgia Todd 1234 says I'm on level 270 on Royal Match.
So this is for Martin. So basically, Martin, we played Monopoly Go, and then Monopoly Go to come to an end. You can continue playing. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you want to continue playing. That's fine. It just doesn't earn any more money for the stream. Then that ended. We went on to Raw Match, which we're playing now. You can either do here. I'll put it in chat, so you can download it via this link if you're watching on your phone. If you click on that link and download it from there, start playing. If you install it from that link or the barcode on screen, and then you can play along with us. This one's running for, I think it's 30 days, so we've got what, probably like 20 odd days to go. At the moment, I think it's raised so far for the stream over like $100. And I said, when we get the money for the Monopoly Go, I'll do a giveaway, and that will be for everyone that joined in the game. And that was a really good game, that one. I suppose it is 11 o'clock, so we'll call this brunch, not breakfast, because I did have pizza for breakfast as well. Nice. I like mayo and that, is it Satcha sauce or whatever it's called? Mix it with mayo, it's amazing. Hi Banny, welcome in mate, how you doing? It's me just scoffing pizza. It's good. Good, good.
Just noticed we have the same brand coffee machine. Vanivo says W.
That's just what, over there, or this one. That's more my son's and that's more my coffee machine's behind. Hang on, I'll show you my coffee machine. See if I can get my coffee machine out, because everyone's put shit on it I don't want. My coffee machine is behind you. Now I like my coffee machine because it comes with this.
Martin69 says downloading now.
Oh, okay, mate. So in here,
Says I also have a barista machine at the same time.
it blends it, so you can put beans or coffee powder, right? So it's an all-in-one. So you put that in there. You put your coffee beans in there. Shut that. That goes in the top of the coffee machine. I'll try and spin it round and show you the coffee machine. So my coffee machine is there. This is my one. And the reason being, it goes in the motorhome. Look how small it is. The water bit's at the back. But this makes really good coffee. Now I had, I think it was a 650, 700 pound coffee machine, all automated. It did not make coffee as good as this. This make here, I think it's, what is it, Murphy Richards? Look for this one. If you can find this coffee machine, makes really, really good coffee. You can get the ones, the coffee machine. Oops, you can get the coffee machines. Where's the battery gone? Is it falling down the back? Yeah. You can get the coffee machines that, like that one over there, that are all automated. But to be quite honest, that thing makes like the pod machines. I don't like pod machines. I like proper coffee. So I mix all my beans from a couple of different makes to get the blend I like, and then we are good. Oh, there we go. Yeah, not fussy at all. This is good. It should keep me going for a little while as well, which is good. So what I'm hoping to do today, if we can get it kind of set up, I need to get the drills in there first, get them down to the workshop. I just want to line stuff up, and then I can take some photos, hopefully go around to the welding place and say, look, this is what I'm trying to get made. Can you make it? But I need to get a pannier bag, and I'm going to put that on the bike in a minute after we've had breakfast, and we need to put it on there and see how high it is. Okay. He's already been there. He's got these ones. Do you want to see something? Right, this is going to make you laugh. Because you know that you lot take the mickey about me going bald and my hair falling out. Check out this, right? Right, you ready for this? For healthy hair. Apparently, if Daddy drinks this, his hair will come back. Do you reckon they're taking the piss? I think they are. So yeah, that's what it's like to live in this house. It's gone really rubbery. Oh no, I forgot to wash up the frying pan. No!
What are you eating?
Oh, he made me jump. Sneaking in. I'm eating pizza. I've got what? For lunch. I forgot about that.
I knew you had.
But the pizza's really nice. We're not allowed that for dinner.
Pizza for tea.
Yeah, but no. Eat pizza for lunch. We can have them for dinner, and we can get the kids their meals out they didn't have the other day.
So they have their pizza for tea, can't they?
If there's any left. No, he came in for cuddles, biscuits. Sam's come in and
Telling them off. Oh wow, where's it all gone?
exactly in my belly.
Right, fatty.
I was
There's definitely none for tea.
So we've been talking coffee
I've got a
machines.
meeting.
Oh, and then we're talking hot chocolate celebration. So I showed them what you got me.
Can you get the kids' microwave meals out then?
You are there, monkeys. What are you trying to eat? You're not having my food. Right, I need to remember, eat this, and then get the microwave meals out for the kids. Otherwise they haven't got any dinner. Oh. That was Pizza Hut pizza. That's pretty good. So I normally used to have, always used to have Domino's. Every now and then I'd have Pizza Go-Go. I can't remember which one it was. I always used to have the Full House. I don't know if that's Domino's or Pizza Go-Go. But, no, this was good. It's quite rubbery though. What's up, monkey? I didn't expect this to happen. I went live, I was like, right, we'll just get a cup of tea and we'll go down the workshop. And then I started being a piggy. I need to make some really good clips of that Faversham trip when I get tonight. Right. What are you doing down there, monkeys? Just laying in the middle of the room, no care in the world.
Martin 69 says ARB Morrison's leaving the parlour.
What are you doing, monkeys? What are you doing, lazy cat? What's up with you? What's up with you? Lazy cat. She's literally in the middle of the room like that. Not a care in the world. Be right. Morrison's. Oh, what you got us? What food you got for us? All right. Let's take some keys. Got my cup of tea. Oh. I need to get you down the workshop. So I'm going to take the phone down the workshop, get the camera set up, and I'll be back with you. Give us a couple of minutes. Back in a minute. I'm a bit toasted.
Pikachu Sponges says why do I smell hair?
You smell it? I need to start working on cars, look. Slicing the bloody camera. It's pretty quick. You can't even get a cup of tea that quick indoors, can you? Can no one come pick you up? It was just the expense, mate, to be honest. No, okay, no worries, Katie. Stay safe. Yeah, it's a bit busy today.
Watching the flames burn higher, setting my world on fire. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, risking it all on you.
Oh, there we go. Welcome back, everyone.
I don't pretend I don't wanna call you. Either you won't or you
Has it worked?
but I'll give it a try.
I'm just going to restart the app. Hang on.
You're too blind to see.
There we go.
Look right through me. I never thought it would be
We can turn the GPS off actually. Exclamation mark GPS off. Don't need that on at the moment. I'm going to go onto the other screen anyway. There we go. We'll go on that one. Just so we got the chat and everything. Is the microphone working all right? We've got mic 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully the mic's working. Where is it? Oh, there's the microphone. Can we turn that around? So I'm just going to turn the mic around so it's on the front of the, on the front, not on the rear. So this is the bike. Lots and lots of mess everywhere. But yeah, this is the bike, which I'm kind of working on the floor at the moment, stripping bits off of it. And here is the carrier. Can you see the carrier on the screen? I think you can. Actually, let's go full screen so you can see it. There we go. Yeah, you can just see the carrier. So you've got this carrier here. The problem is I don't want it this high. You've got the suspension coming up, but I don't think this wheel's going to go that high, so it could come lower. I would prefer having it welded off of the frame. So frame extension, this is just like a setup that I'm playing around with. That used to mount down here. So these arms would normally, I'll see if I can find the bits and pieces that go to it. I've been stripping it down. Here we go. So that would normally go on there. And then you have these arms which basically screw in, and they would come down and basically mount down here. The problem I've got is they're not going to reach. So I'm playing around with making these arms. So I was looking at maybe making one to go from there to there. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. Let's hold that up in the air for the moment. I had that clamped on there, but making some custom arms maybe that go from there to there, or even from there to there, or maybe two arms. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet. So I could have one from there to there and then one from there to there, so you've got almost that kind of setup, but it just looks a bit shit. The problem is it's the bag. So I've got a bag here which we're going to hang on it for a test. Now there's not much weight on this at the moment, but if you was to hang weight on that, you've got it trying to go into the wheel. So I've got to try and see how high that is. Now to me that looks much too high. Really, you don't want a bag that high. You probably want the bag down here. And then you've got my foot. See, I don't want my foot hitting the bag. So I've got to, if they're up here, they're probably not going to get hit on my foot. Rolls over. Let's roll that over. I want to just see the sizing and seeing where it's going to sit. So that's not too out there. See, it's not too bad. But it's still too high. But yeah, once you have these bars in, if you had that bar in there, that would definitely strengthen it and take the weight. But rather than have it clamped on, I'd rather go to a bike company, well, to a welder and say, right, can you weld it up and make it look the same as this? So, bit of tubing the same as this, coming out the back for the carrier. Another bit of tubing down here to brace it, to make the triangle, to take the load, so it transfers this weight pushing down, and then maybe off of here make the stays come up like that, so they come up and they meet somehow up here, so it's trying to design some kind of carrier that almost looks like it's supposed to be on the bike, and then on the front bit up here, I want something like a carrier welded out the front that looks kind of similar to the rear one. But it's kind of making it up as you go along. Right, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to put you on the other screen. I'm just going to go and grab some tools. Bear with me.
Georgia Todd 1234 says okay dokie Clive. Martin 69 says, is that your original bike?
I'm back. Let's put my tools on there. We've got a drill, and got some other tools. Oh. Just going to turn the phone round so I can see what's going on. Right, so we've got the rods, but as I said, I think this needs to go lower, but I can't physically put it. We can't physically put it any lower, because if we go down to the frame down here, this is in the way. But I don't think the rear wheel raises that much. Just trying to look how far this actually goes. Now the original shock is probably the same size as that actually, although it was that way. I've only put this in for the time being just to see what I wanted, something a little bit more springy while I was testing. This is really, really old. I don't know what. Do not remove sticker. I don't even know you're supposed to service this one. Well, this doesn't turn, which is good, I suppose. Yeah, where to mount these? Do we mount them on there, halfway? That makes a pretty good triangle there, to be quite honest, and a triangle is what you want. So I think if we drill holes in the middle of this should give us a good line for where we're going with the idea.
Gigachi Sponges says a Georgia Todd 1,234 decimeters.
I get the feeling that that drill bit is knackered beyond. I must have been drilling sinks or something with it. Right, that drill bit is definitely past its sell-by date. Let's use another one. Right. Hopefully, is that the right size? No. I'm not sure what size hole that is, but right, so we've got some holes drilled in it. This is kind of experimenting rather than right. We've got some experimental holes. I think this is the first one I've done, which was a bit. Might be the second one. Right, so we've got a hole there, and we've got one up there. So I think if that goes on, we're going to need a washer on that because it's quite thin. We're going to need a washer to spread the load so it doesn't break through it. So I'll put a washer on there over the aluminium because aluminium is quite a soft metal. Why is this going through pissed? Oh, it might be because I need to take some more off the aluminium to get it in there.
are going to be on the suspension part. They can't be rigid. They need to have some sort of flexibility in them, otherwise they are either buckle or they will negate the whole suspension.
So the suspension is here. The suspension's here, but I'm mounting it to the frame, not the suspension, so it's completely independent from the suspension. I've lost the bolt now. Where did I put the bolt? Rubbish. Oh, it's on the floor. Here we go. How you doing, Dibs? Welcome in, mate. This is a really old bike, so I'm just mucking around with an old frame just to see if we can.
Says I can't really see that.
Oh, okay, mate. I'll get it closer in a minute. Hang on. I'll give you a close up. I'm just trying to get this so it's kind of. This carrier it's just a cheap China, very thin metal carrier, but I'm looking to go to a fabricator and get them to basically weld something up more, well, a lot stronger than what this is. I'll give you a close up in a minute. I'm just trying to work a way round of using what I've got to make something work.
Meadow says you're building a mock-up.
Yeah. Or a cock-up. Either a mock-up or a cock-up, whatever one you prefer. Shall we put that over the top of that? Like, engineering is something that I love. But I've got an idea of how to make this, but I'd rather it be made out of a lot stronger tubing. I'd like completely overkill. Right, now that's pretty strong, but this bit here is going to be weak. That's the problem, because the bags are going to be pushing this in, so I need to somehow triangulate these. I need a bar going from there to there to make these really strong, because obviously you've got a lot of side movement here. I'll try and bring you down so you can have a look. Oh, I've not knocked it. Hang on, let's get the camera there. So you've got this independence, this red bit's independent.
I like engineering.
So yeah, get the camera up. So you see this red bit's completely independent. I've put a spring in here. Normally it has an air shock, but I wanted something a bit softer, so we need a suspension that goes in here that's got lockout, so we can lock it. But when I go off road, we can unlock this, so it's just got a float. So as you can see, this is coming down onto the frame. So if we had these frame members made, so it kind of comes up, so it's completely independent. But the problem is, this carrier is far too high. Really, the carrier needs to come down. I want this lower. If I could have it welded somewhere off of here, so it comes off of this post here, and then there's a triangle put in it here, so that would give strength, and then these bits would just be more for stability to stop twisting. But yeah, these bars could be shapes. You could have one coming along and up like that, and then have it triangulated like a bridge, so it zigzags. So they put the poles in and turn it into a real kind of like a cargo bike. But I'm just using what I've got, and I said this has been sitting around for a long time, so I'm just trying to make something out of what I've got.
Says I know how to move the rack, I think.
Well, it has to clamp on a pole. This is a clamp-on one, but if I get it welded, I can take it to a bike shop, a fabricator, and they can weld. This is made out of very thin aluminium. But at the moment, I'm trying to work out.
That can probably do way more than 45 kg when you finished.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just these bars on it I think would probably take a load off. The other thing I had was I did have other bars mounted to here.
Meadow says I know it's an idea.
But yeah, this isn't good because it twists. I'd rather it be bolted onto that one. But I can get better clamps than this. I don't have to use these clamps, I can get better ones. But this way I could go to any fabricator and get it refabricated. It's just making it lower.
Something up at Meadows.
But that's quite strong actually, to be quite honest. And if I loosen these off, if I loosen these bottom bars, these bottom nuts, hang on. If I loosen them off, and then...
Meadows says I'm just going to work it out.
If I lift that up...
Biggity Sponges says ye.
Lift that up like that, put tension on it. That's the other thing I can do. See, I can put a bit of tension on that bar. That tension will then stay there. If this works, I'll use it, but I just don't want it breaking when I'm on the road. I wanted this further back, but you're limited. I couldn't make these any longer. I just need to make 2 more and drill the holes in the right place. Basically, so we drill another hole, make the other side, and then hopefully I might be able to get away with just using it as it is. Why does it have to be so blunt? Right, so we've drilled that hole. Oh. Halfway through drilling, the battery went flat. That's always a good start. Right, I try not to drop stuff on the car here when I move stuff. Right, so we've got this one on here, we can take that off. The wheels should be here today, to be hopefully. Fingers crossed. No, they're wrong bolts, they're wrong bolts. How many bolts have we got left? I can always buy new bolts, we're just using whatever nuts we've got laying around at the moment. What are they made of? Oh, there, they can come out, we can use them. The stainless steel bolts are great for not rusting, but they're very weak, as I found out. I broke a couple of them already.
this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Right, are we going to be able to get that nut in that hole? I'm working backwards now. But I hate it when, like, I get told by bike shops, they're like, oh, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. I'm like, don't tell me what I can and can't do, and what I want. And like, when you go, I want something, they go, no, you don't want that, you want this. I'm like, and you know, like, when you know what you're talking about, I'm like, no, I definitely don't want that. You're just trying to sell me some shit I don't want.
Biggity Sponges says lol. Biggity Sponges says upsell lol.
Oh, yeah, something like that, mate, something like that. Right, we need to put another one of them.
Meadows says imagine a curved pole that looks a bit like a handle for a door, but on each end of the tube, there is the sort of clamp that goes onto the frame or seat post. That way you can clamp the rack lower on the frame, in the area where the top bar is welded to the frame, also on the rack where it is flexible. If you haven't got any attachment at the bottom, you can put a great basic box member.
Hang on, dude, I'll read that in a minute, mate, hang on. See if I can work out what you mean. You could come into Discord. If you go into Discord, I'll make a call for us, and then that way I can chat private with you, and no one else can jump in, and we can rack our heads to make some kind of fucking crazy contraption. Right, this has got to go back more. Why is that not going to reach? This one's like, this one's a different length. I think I might have made something a different length somewhere. Let's have a look. Let's loosen this off. It's stuck to the bloody frame. Let's get that through there and get a nut on it, and then I'll wiggle the clamping ends afterwards. Right, let's get them through. Let's get a nut on this. I think it was only £6 for the bit of aluminium rod anyway. I was going to use bar.
Meadows says it all depends what junk you have laying around.
That one there's there. This one here is further forward. What one have I got? Hang on. Right, let's have a look. So, imagine a curved pole that looks a bit like a handle from a door, but on each end of the tube there is a sort of clamp that goes onto the frame seat post. That way you can clamp the rack lower on the frame in the area at the top of the bar is welded. Also, the rack is where it's flexible. You haven't got any attachment at the bottom. You could... Oh, right, okay. So the problem I've got, mate, is that, this needs to be lower, but you can't clamp this down here because it'd hit the tyre. You can get these with... I need a zigzag. It'd have to go up and along. Yeah, so it'd have to go down like that. Whereas most of them, I think they go the other way. That they go, this bit is bent up, I need one that's bent down with a clamp. So if I had one custom made coming from here, they weld it to the frame and then just put a triangle in there to brace it. But yeah, at the moment, I don't know whether I'm going to move these up or down or...
I've got to undo this bit. It's just playing about to see what lines up and what doesn't at the moment. So I want these. Let's clamp that down as low as I can get it. Right, let's clamp that one up. As you can see, it's pissed at the moment anyway.
Diggity Sponges says maybe go to Tip and find some old metal rubbish or something.
They'd probably take the bike off me. They'd probably think it belonged there. So let's loosen these off. These are the clamps that clamp it to the frame. I need like a frame holder really, something to clamp the bike up.
Meadows says long distance engineering is hard, it's way easier when you hands on.
Yeah, it would be handy when you got two heads.
Diggity Sponges says ye.
So it's still over the rear wheel. We could come back more, but it's these mounts and the tubing. This bit of tubing was only 1 metre long. I'll turn the camera around a little bit more. This was only 1 metre long, so I can only make these 500. That's all I had. So I could go and buy some more and use these to make the shorter beams, but I could have, as you said, a bar coming round along from there and curving up into there would be nice, because that completes this, and then have these ones on here maybe. So shorten these and make some new ones that just go round. But if these were welded on part of the frame like tabs, it would just be more clean. This is just as I said, a mock-up for the moment, just to see how it looks. But if I was to clamp that one up, bring them out.
Vanny Boat says hey dig. Vanny Boat says hey Diggity.
That one's pretty good.
Diggity Sponges says hey Vanny.
Everyone's in today. It is easier though, Dibs. I know what you mean. If you was here, you'd be able to show me with bits of metal, and it's when you read someone else's explanation or ideas, it's difficult to visualise what someone else means. Like when we was in the workshop, we'd draw bits on. We'd all do doodles and come up with different ideas. But see, that's if I pull that up and lock this will be quite strong once it's. But it's going to need powder coating and all sorts, I think, probably, this frame. And then it's going to need the discs. As I said, the discs have already turned up, the wheels have turned up. My discs are like massive. They're like, so we won't over thingy the disc. But when you put the bag on here, I'll show you what I mean. There's nothing to stop it from going in the wheel. It's going to need some form of U-bend of some kind between these bars to stop that from happening, to make it stronger. Because otherwise, it's just going, yeah, it's going to. There's a lot of wobble. But I don't know. Can you see that on the camera? How high that is? That bag's quite high. It does get them off the floor though. How much is it going to lift the front? Well, not too bad. But problem is that might hit my leg. I might catch my leg on this. That's quite. It's not that close, but I don't want to be catching anything on this. So this is why it'd be nice if these were. If I can get some really tiny clamps to go around there that bolts onto, and get them in more, that would be a bonus. But I need some form of systems. So we have got these other bars. These are the other bits that come with it. These are the adjustable ones, right? And some of these got bent. But you could use something like that from there. Actually, that would work. That would work from there to there. If I doubled them up, they come underneath. Or if I had two sets of these, two bolt holes, one above, one below, that would definitely work. I don't know if I've got the two bits of clamping material. I don't know where all the bolts have gone. So basically have two of them, and then have the other one, or actually have that one on there and that one on there. That would work. So basically, I don't know if you can see me, take the bag off. If this one here went up further, I could cut these off. I could actually bolt that on there. That would do the same thing, because you're going from there to there. That's pushing down, that's pushing back. That would do the same. That would do the same job and triangulate it. And then these at the back would just stop the bag from going in the wheel. But I would prefer that to be a bent rod. If I can get some rod, that would do it. Get some solid bar, and then have the bar coming out with a little bend on it and coming straight along. That way it would be clamped and it would just look better.
Method says in thinning if you could put a sprung support between the rack and the dropout.
Sprung support. Now the rack needs to be solid. The rack needs to be like, think motorbike frame. So on a motorbike, the pannier bags would be on the upper frame. The swing arm is independent, and this is what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build an independent swing arm. Having this on the frame here, that's pretty strong. That would hold a small child. That would definitely hold a small child. But now it's a sideways movement. So we've got it bridged there for sideways movement. If this was tighter, that would stop sideways movement. And then all we've got to do is stop the bag from going in the wheel. But I still want to get an off-road mudguard on it. So we need to have like a... Let's borrow the one off my son's bike. So if we was to have an off-road mudguard, for instance, come through, and I said I'm borrowing this one off my son's bike.
Method says in thinking of heat transfer, that's all.
Actually, I could probably mount that on the carrier. I've actually got one of these that's broken. So I done a jump, the back wheel come up and I broke this bit, so I've actually got a new mudguard that I took off of another bike. It's the same old story though, isn't it? Whatever you want, they don't make it. I'm just thinking of weight transfer. The suspension's got to be uprated slightly anyway, just because of the sheer weight of me. So I'm getting really hot in here moving around. So I think that will be fine for the weight transfer that way. That's not a problem. Mud guards, I could mount mud guards off of here actually. I've got a bolt hole there, I've got a bolt hole there. So I could mount a mud guard there, there. Actually, we've got a bracket here that I couldn't use. So all the stuff off the other bike's going to kind of come over to this bike. So we've got this mud guard, which I think, does that fit? I think that'll fit. Oh my God, yes. That will fit on there. Oh, well, that fits. That's one thing solved. So that clamps on there like that. I don't know if I've got that the right way. It's probably the wrong way. But that will go on there like that. The gear cable misses, so the mud guard will slide into there. We've got quite a lot of clearance on this frame for a mud guard. So the mud guard fits there. It will come round. It will be mounted. So the mud guard will move with a swinging arm. So that's completely independent. I was going to cut these off and clean these up. These are the old brake mounts. I've got to have a brake one welded on. Now, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get a bigger disc on the back. It's literally, it's only just clearing the frame on the back for the disc. So we might have to have the big disc on the front, but we can only use a normal disc on the back. Just because of the, it's not meant to have disc on this frame. It wasn't designed for it. But I could have them cut that. I could have a notch the frame maybe for a bigger disc. As I said, this is like completely, if it doesn't fit, we make it fit. But I love this frame. I love the design of the way it was. All the load from the rear suspension's going straight into the main tube. So that tube takes all the load. And it's just a real simplistic. But what I liked was that when I got off it, you don't eat your nuts. As I said, this needs a good clean up and a good powder coat. So it needs a good sand down, back to metal and whatever else. But handlebars, I've got riser handlebars. So the handlebars are going to be up here. I don't know whether I'm going to keep this stem or not. I might do. This was it's just what come from China. I've just thrown it all on this bike. These front forks are really, really soft. Look. So they've got lockout though. So they are perfect for what I want. So when we're cycling along, I can have it locked out most of the time like a road bike. As soon as we hit the gravel trails, I can release it and the front suspension will literally just float. And that's what I want. I want all the suspension just to be very, very soft. Because most of the time I can lock it out. I want it to be a road bike, but when we're going down the paths and you've got tree roots, you've got potholes, you've got inconsistencies in the surface, it will just soften up and all the shock will go into the springs and not my wrists. Because I suffered with really bad wrists where I was leaning too far forward. So on this one, I want to be coming up a little bit. So I'm sitting more of an upright position. So you can get stems. Is it called stems? What are these called? They're not called stems, are they? This bit. What's the name for this bit? This is what I hate, right? My memory, it's like a fucking sieve. Everything just disappears out of it into the black nothingness of space. But you can get one... They are stems, yeah? You can get ones that rise up and down. I don't want one longer than that. So the one on the other bike is quite longer, but I don't know, like, I haven't ridden this since I was a kid. But that feels quite small. But to bring the handlebars up there makes it that little bit bigger, so it's not too small on me. And then it's also getting it into places. So the seat's all the way back. I rode this bike for years, so I was probably still riding this in my 20s, and I haven't grown much, so it should be fine. Maybe a different seat post on it, but as I said, I took the air shock out. I can't remember why I took the air shock out. I think it's because I think it went down. But it's really noisy.
Method says that adjustable stems at a weak point, be aware of that.
Yeah, I had one that I think it had a quick release on it. It was a Zoom one, And it was great because you could have it high, and then when you was doing like roads, you could drop it down, lock it, but the teeth wore off of it, and slowly it started moving, and then it just once it started wearing, it was shagged. So I got rid of that one. I had another one that you undone an Allen key bolt, and it used to open up, and that one become worn as well. But yeah, the big handlebars I think will make a big difference in just lifting it up. But it's brakes. I don't know what brakes to go for. I've got a bag of bits. We've got these ones, but I don't know if they're any good. They need a bit of a clean up. They're quite old, but I was going to throw them on it. Bits and pieces of what I've got left over from other bikes. And up in the background there, I don't know if you've seen that. That is my GT Performer with Max's tyres on it, and it's got the fishbone brake levers with the skulls on. It's got fishbone stunk pads back and front. It's got a gyro on it which works. You can spin the gyro, but on top of that, I don't know if you can see this on the camera coming out here and what's on the seat posts. This was rebuilt out using a grifter rear wheel, so it's got Sturmey Archer rear hub in it. So although it looks like a BMX, it was actually to take the kids to school on. So it's got a little seat at the front. I used to be able to pick my daughter up from nursery on it, so she used to sit on there as a little seat belt. That's how long it's been on the wall. I haven't used it for years, but yeah, it was basically so I could just nip about places, really, really simple, without any confusion.
Welcome,
yeah,
Yatesy. Leave them sheep alone.
I need to strip the seat off of it. I haven't got an aluminium welder though. Here's what we're trying to do, mate. We're trying to build this, look. This is my bike from when I was 18. Yatesy, welcome in, mate.
Medoff says also I had the problem of my shoulders hurting from leaning forward too. I found moving the seat back a little helped.
Yeah, this seat's all the way back. I can't move it back anymore. It's just trying to get. That's strong though. That ain't going anywhere.
Valleybo says if Yatesy leave the sheep alone. Valleybo says and hello.
That carrier has worked. I don't like it clamping to these though. I could do with some better clamps. A better mount on there would be much better.
Yatesy says it's an addiction at Valleybo.
But yeah, that's worked. But as I said, like Yatesy wasn't here. The only thing we've got, Yatesy, the bags are quite high. So that bag clamps on there, which works. But they need some form of something to stop them wobbling in and out. Another bit of framework, which I'll have to make. I have got some extra metal somewhere, actually. I could probably do it with a strip. I could probably make it with that. I don't know if that would be strong enough. It might be. No, it needs to be strong. That would give it a bit of spring on the bags, but it would probably bend.
Yatesy says please don't strip.
The wheels turn up between 2 and 3. But the other thing I had was making sure that my foot doesn't hit this. That was what was happening when we were cycling. But I wanted to get the bags lower than that. I think that's too high. But at least I've got lots of clearance from bushes. That was the other. So when we were cycling to Scotland, I was hitting a lot of bushes with the pannier bags because they were so low. So if I can get the front ones higher. Now the other place to put the pannier bags would actually be on the frame here.
Giggity Sponges says is this having a kickstand?
Outside of the... How do we get pannier bags to hang here? We need some form of rail that goes out round there that's mounted on the front. So the pannier bags mount outside the forks. That way I've got full steering with the pannier bag sitting here. So it's almost like I could do with some kind of rack made that sits out here. And then the pannier bags, full-size pannier bags, completely off the forks. And I was looking at putting full motorbike forks on it. What are we saying? Is this having a kickstand? Good idea, actually. I haven't even thought about that. I don't think there's nowhere to mount it. I don't think you might be able to mount it there. You'd need a double kickstand though, not a single. But yeah, that's a really good idea. It needs some form of. But yeah, look at the suspension. That's a really soft. That's off a kid's bike. That's why it's so soft. But yeah, that would definitely take away. But at the moment, they're going to go in the wheel. That's the only problem. So I need to somehow change this bit. Do we really want? Do I really need to mount it like that, and then use a normal bit of bar?
Right, we've got a congestion charge coming up, but we ain't going to pay it, are we?
Really, should just extend it.
Right, we've got a congestion charge.
Welcome to Southampton Yates UK. Thanks for supporting the channel with your Prime.
Welcome to Southampton Yates UK. Thanks for supporting the channel with your Prime.
Thanks, Yatesy. Did you hear that go off again? Did you hear there was a musical tune that went off? I can't work out where that musical tune's coming from.
Yatesy says www had adverts.
Thanks for the sub, mate. Much appreciated. There's a music, right, so when I used to game on Mixer, we used to have loads and loads of like retro gaming sounds that used to go off when people subbed and followed. And this gaming sound keeps going off when people sub. And I can't work out where it's coming from.
Says unless you make a clip on kickstand so it doesn't take up room whilst cycling.
Well, I did have.
Doubles are much better if you're carrying a lot of weight singles into that.
I don't know where the kickstand's gone. Where it is? It's on the floor. We had this one on the other bike, but it's just a single kickstand, and I found it just kept bending. So yeah, that was a really, really horrible idea. It just got more and more bent every time we cycled. So this bit here opened up. There's nothing to stop these bits of metal. It just got more and more bent. But I don't like the way it clamps on the frame. That was from Halfords, I think. Yeah, it needs to be a double. It needs to go from under the frame. I did see one that clips on your pedal arm. I don't know if anyone's seen this. It clips on a pedal arm and you can stand it up. But this is going to be a really, really heavy bike. And how do we... I'm thinking the only way to stop people from stealing this is going to be taking the wheels off it.
Oh, that felt
every night
good.
I take the wheels off and put it in
Maybe
the
I should get on the gear
so they
stick.
can't ride it away.
Oh, that felt good. Maybe I should get on the gear stick.
Oh yeah, baby. You've got that for... That was the... Can we move that round? That's not work. Just leave it like it was. It's been fine the whole time. As I said, this was only a cheap carrier anyway, so really I would like to get this made properly. But originally I was going to put these on here, so I have these bars come to here.
Sponges says unless you have the double kickstand on the trailer.
If I move it back anymore, it's going to cause a lot of... The trailer's another idea. So there's two ideas I want to run with. One is having a trailer. But two, I want to have... If Sam's coming down, what's she want? Hello?
Look, I say, you know when you go to John O'Groats next year, is it worthwhile us
Martin Martin 69 says GG Lakalala.
No, because it was going to cost about £400 or £500.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to cost you £200 or more in fuel, probably more than that. Then you've got the hire in the van.
You can't get up there with a train and all that shit.
Are you watching the stream?
No.
Oh,
Biggity Sponges says use both ideas.
we're looking at ideas. This is what we're doing now. We're literally looking at everything.
I'm calling me once I'm over.
Yeah, gingies. I've got to stretch my feet. This is the slow walk of the cat. Hello, gingies.
Says build a trailer.
Gingy. Come on, mate.
Biggity Sponges says yeah, build that trailer, dude.
I say, I could drive you up there.
No, it doesn't work out. We added it all up. It will cost you so much. It would cost pretty half my money to get there. It's cheaper to get a train. It will cost me £150 for a train. It will cost you £300 plus for a van, right? 2 days as well, because you're not going to do it there and back in one day.
Is there anyone you got a van that you can borrow?
Why? Well, I'm going to leave it in Scotland while I drive back.
No, they can drive you up there and bring you back if you pay them. Give them £200.
Oh, we're worried about her worries and my not worries. We'll worry about that when we get round to it. We'll build the bike and go, it ain't going to fit on a train, we need to ride it. Hello, gingies.
I'm not allowed in it. He goes in there when you're not in there. He's not allowed in there, is he?
What are you doing, Jack?
You're mad putting him in there.
Biggity Sponges says unless you have a double kickstand on the trailer, build that trailer, dude.
Gingy. Here you go.
It's going to be out like a rocket.
So I'm just putting the cat in the car. Where'd you go, Gingy?
What are you doing then today?
Brainstorming, but he's giving us a headache. Have a look.
The dishes. No, I've got
have a look. You can have a quick look. Right, this does work. Right, look. I made these bars because the ones I've got are not long enough. That is enough to carry. The only thing you've got is obviously the weight going into the spokes. So you need some form of...
Can you not put that, extend that black bar onto that red bar?
That's the suspension. Right. How do I explain this?
Can you not put a spring in it then?
Alright. Right, watch this, right? When you're riding a bike, this top bit bounces. The red bit at the bottom bounces, yeah? Nothing can go on the red bit. This is how motorbikes are made. Everything on a motorbike mounts on the frame, not on the swinging arm. Mountain bikes, if you go and get a carrier, they do a carrier that clamps on here and it sits above. It's just got 2 bars that clamp on here. So all of your weight is on this. So when you hit a bump, if this bit's really heavy, yes, you're springing about, but then when you hit the bump and the suspension does that, the only give it's got is this tyre.
Okay, we'll extend from that to the seat post.
No, look. It clamps. I want to have something welded off of here, so it comes from that frame across lower, just so the wheel misses it, right? The mudguard is going to be fitted to this. This bit is independent, it goes up and down, so nothing can be mounted to here apart from the mudguard. The new wheels will fit on here. The disc I don't think it's going to fit because that just misses the frame. This bit here, we're looking at getting, if we get another bar and we make...
Can you see his bald spot even better from here?
Build a damn trailer.
They won't answer me on the trailer, and I'm not buying a new one. It's all second hand, but this is really strong. This works.
Says hurry up and build a trailer.
There's a baldy spot.
Build the goddamn trailer.
He tried to make a trailer last year. All the bits are up there on the roof.
Up there. I did make a trailer, but I couldn't weld aluminium. I've only got a very, very cheap MIG welder, and I thought, do you know
Rude. I paid for that.
It's still a cheap MIG welder, right? It hasn't got a dial, so you can't vary the power. It's just got stages. It's got 1 and 2 and min and max. And it's either too much power or not enough on pretty much all the settings. So when you weld aluminium, I needed it on high all the time.
Did you sell the lawnmower?
No, it's hanging up there.
Oh. I'll come down and say thanks for doing dishes. Much appreciated.
Yeah, that was the other thing, Sam. Right, so again, if you buy the carrier that's up the house on the other bike, here's the bit, it clamps here. So all the weight when you hit bumps is unsprung load. I'm looking at having something either out the front here on a basket. Hi, Katie. Or having a bit of frame out here to mount the. I don't know how we do it. I could probably make a steel one.
Giggity Sponges says hey at Katia Saura.
Welcome, Katie.
Katia Saura says Brynhonda Yatesy.
It's
Yatesuk says hey at Katia Saura tell Clive to build a trailer.
yeah. Let's get the go live. Hang on. Build a trailer. The problem is getting on the train with the trailer.
Says Brynhorn DA.
I'm going to add that to the ban list. You get soon, Giggity. I don't know why the bot comes out and says weird things.
Medoff says a mid-range MIG welder typically only costs between 400 to 800.
Yeah, I really need a TIG welder. I think if I could aluminium weld, I reckon that would be the next stage. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to get a TIG welder, and then I can then start welding bits of frame, and I can basically tack it all together. And then that's what I like about welding and metal. You can cut bits off, weld bits on.
Says build a trailer la 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 la.
But the other idea, Yatesy, was to maybe put another rod from there to there like that. Or, yeah, like that.
Giggity Sponges says, remind get rid of sound text.
But I could mount it to the top bit. There. And then just cut this tubing off at the bottom. Or come out of here.
Yatesuk says old bike frame. Seat hose through the old bike's head tube. Or do the classic BMX trick of front forks bolted to rear wheel.
Old bike frame, seat post through the old bike's head tube. What do you mean?
Giggity Sponges says yeah.
Old bike frame, seat post through the old bike's head tube. I'm not sure what you mean about that bit. I understand the classic fork trick, but the problem we've got, Yatesy, this red bit is an independent suspension. It hinges down on the crank and it moves here. So the carrier can only be clamped to the black part, which is the frame. I want the suspension completely independent, which it is. Look, it works really well. It could just do with some classic strengthening, which I'm trying to work out how to do at the moment. I've got loads and loads of bits of tube laying about, and I'm wondering if I can just hack them up to make what I want. It needs a triangle going down here.
Well, don't use aluminum, use titanium to make the trailer.
Yeah, the problem is getting a trailer on the train. That's the main issue I've got.
Giggity Sponges says make the trailer.
This is what I'd like. I'd like this welded bar, like that, nice and rounded, and then loads and loads of triangles. So if I weld that like that, to make that, and then make this into like a bridge. So this goes down, and basically you've got some kind of, just to stop it going in the wheel.
Yatesuk says I got to run.
Oh, okay, mate. No worries.
Yatesuk says meetings suck.
Leg it while you can. While I sit here and try and work out what we're doing.
Yatesuk says catch y'all later.
Catch y'all later. Oh, there's another bit there. So we've got short ones, we've got long ones.
Giggity Sponges says bar bar.
Yeah, if we put them in there, I need to go and get some more tubing.
Medoff says so you want to add a truss or two.
Yeah, if I was to make, yeah, so if I was to have it made somewhere, I would probably have it made a bit like a bridge, but I would like the frame to be more. I think that will probably do it, to be quite honest. It would be just nice if this was made out of one piece, and if it was slightly lower. But I don't want to go to the metal shop until I've kind of fabricated. But I need to get it done because we haven't got long before next year, and I need to work out what we're going to do. It might be okay just having it bodged like it is. You know, I mean, I don't think these are going to bend, not unless I hit them. If I knock them or fall off, they could get bent really easy. But yeah, again, if you was to put some, if it was welded and it had little cross members going across these, it would just make it a lot stronger. But you could also, if you wanted to make it really strong, you kind of do this, don't you? Something like that. You just have a return going somewhere, and by putting that return in, that then becomes really strong.
Meta says one piece is definitely best for strength.
Oh, I've just thought of something. I wonder if we can move these. I wonder if we can move these to the other hole. Let's have a look. If we get a bit more angle on these will line up. I'm just wondering if we can get some more. Let's undo this. Let's have a look. We'll take that out. So if that comes out of there, could you then have that on there like that?
Meta says aiming for the other hole home.
Could you have that in that hole like that? Might need a few spaces put in to stop things from rubbing. So that goes there like that. That goes there like that. Then that is a lot. You could have from either there, or you could take it from here. That rubbing on there might be a bit of an issue because it's kind of bending these, which you don't want. You don't want any weight on these. But it does help hold everything out. So you'd probably need something. I'd probably need something on these, or I don't think you can put them anywhere else. Having these at the back was probably the best idea. That's made that a lot stronger then, rubbing that on there. But I'm worried about it denting that if I knock the bag, so it dents that.
Sponges says you one piece less stress points.
Yes, the problem is this. You need these to stop it going in the wheel. It goes further down like that. No, I think it's going to have to stay as it was, unless you put them at the front. But move these up here. Make these shorter and have them on the front only. If these go to the front, it'll still be just as strong, but in the middle was better because it halves the weight. Having it there, these are taking double the weight as if they're there. And if you put them all the way back here, it's even less. It's just, I would like them crossing like this because that's really strong. But if anything knocks this and it puts a bend here, this will then fail. That's the downside.
Giggity Sponges says triangle it if you can. Giggity Sponges says it.
Yeah, it's one of them, mate. It is one of them. Just playing around and seeing what we come up with.
Giggity Sponges says put it to the front, then triangle it to the rear one.
See, they can be moved. These bits can be moved. This was the whole idea of having them so they go at different angles. But once that's clamped up, once that's clamped together there, that triangle, when you put a rod from there to there, when you push this down, it tries to go that way. So by putting a bar, that's probably gonna, unless I do it from there. And so it doesn't have to be done from there, but that just completes the look. So I might have to go to B&Q and get another bit of rod just to go along this bit here, and then we might have to flatten these off a bit more, crush these up just to. But aluminium is very, very light, so this doesn't weigh anything. That's the best part of making out of this. Like literally, it's so super light. I prefer not to have that bit on it. And bolt from there, I think. So we just bolt from that bit over to there. Or I could crush this actually. If I crush this bit down, if I crush this end, I could then mount on there. But
Medit says that the look is going to be behind a bag most of the time.
very true, very true. It's more about strength than it is look. But I need to, if the bag whacks this, it's going to bend these in. So I need some form of triangulation behind there. Definitely, I need something there. If I triangulate that, that will hold them out. That will stop that. So I need a bit of framework put in here on there, from this bolt down. But as I said, once this is designed, I can then go to the metal company and say, can you make this, but make it look a lot nicer, please? And then have it powder coated as the frame, and then I wouldn't care if it was just zigzagged. Like it doesn't need this. If it was just like brought out and then zigzagged, so the carrier is just round this side of the wheel, I wouldn't mind. It's just you've got to make sure that the pedals don't hit. Bringing the weight lower, and then I don't know if I'm going to get a top bag on here either. But I need to go and get some more tubing from B&Q. Whatever this tubing was. This big stuff. It's bigger than that. Whatever the tubing I got, it's much bigger. But it's got these little clamp things on it, but they come loose really easy. Are we going to really get that back in? It's like, I don't know if I want to muck. I know it's just a cheap carrier, but I don't know if I want to muck it up. But I do remember last time all these bolts kept coming loose. And when we was like cycling in Scotland, the one thing I don't want to do is things coming loose. But with the suspension, we shouldn't have any shock. It should take a lot of the jolting movements out what broke stuff. But this has got bolts that hold this bit from moving. These have got locking nuts on, so I'm not too worried. But this bit of tubing, this bit is made out of really, really thin aluminium. I suppose it keeps the weight down though, doesn't it? But yeah, this had a seat on it. There's a seat here somewhere. Where's the seat? Where it's gone. Oh, here it is. So, this little seatlet for these little pads. So this used to clip on, and this was my daughter's seat to go to school. There you go. So that literally just clipped on the carrier. This was on the e-bike. And then she would sit on that as a baby, and her little foot pegs. The foot pegs are on the bike over there.
Megan says, I was thinking of putting pulleys on my shed roof beam so I can lift the bike, but you have a car lift, you can make an attachment to that to the bike.
They just hang on. They hang over there. Look, they hang up there. I hook the seats. I hook the seats on there. Look, and all my bikes just hang along there. Getting them up in the air is quite a pain in the arse, though. So yeah, I think B&Q for some more tubing, and then we make some more rods. And hopefully that's the. I could probably just leave these. I could probably just leave them as they are, but the bags. I think you need a bar really for the bags to lay on.
Meadow says, I mean for working on them, not storage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I work on them up there sometimes. It's a bit high. If I put the seat high enough, it might be all right. And sometimes I use the car jacks. I don't know if you can see. I've got car jacks. I use these sometimes, but. Just making sure it's going to work. New pedals needed. These pedals are absolutely crap. Have I got a pedal spanner? Are they 15mm pedals?
Meadow says 15 sounds right.
Yeah. 15 was right. They're going in the bin. These were off the Chinese bike. The bearing, I've tried tightening them up. The bearings have gone. So, we will take them off. It's got the Chinese crank on this anyway. It's got a new bearing because that went. First thing to die was the bearing. But I do believe I've got some plastic ones. So for the time being, we'll use some plastic ones.
Meadow says if there was a bearing in the pedal in the first place.
Yeah.
Meadow says it's gone.
Yeah, these are rusty, but
better than what was on there. Alright, see if that'll work. Yeah, they're good. They're plastic, they're small, but they'll do for just testing the bike. Brake levers, I've got brakes, but I said I have got new discs turn up, which are absolutely huge. They're like, yeah. But I only need that on the front, really. I bought one for front and rear. I think I'm just going to buy a normal one for the back. I can put large ones back and front on the other bike. I'm probably going to do it on both. Just because braking, it just aids braking much better. And I think I might even do it on Hayden's one. They do a, I think it's 203 mil. No, yeah, so they're normally 160, 180. And then you got 200 and something. And you basically just buy it. It's like a carrier standoff adapter that bolts to these, which it fits onto.
Manibo says, Clive, can you start doing prank calling people for a bit of banter?
It's not something I do, Banibo. It's not something I do on this channel.
I was also looking at wax lubricant for chains. Wow, it's expensive. I will stick to GT85. It works 27 times more expensive, and I bet it is not 27 times better.
Just buy the Halford's chain lube. It's 3-in-1 oil. Halford's chain lube, all weather Halford's chain lube. It looks like 3-in-1 oil. I've used it on all of the bike. I used it on the way to Scotland. To be quite honest, yes, you have to keep applying it because it comes off and all the dirt sticks to it. But what I like is you can put a shitload of it on and use it as a cleaner as well. You know what I mean? So it's GT85. I use to clean my chains a lot of the time. But yeah, I normally use something a bit thicker. I have used GT85 if that's all I've got. But I normally use thick motor oil, engine oil I've used as well. Like we used to in the old days. But yeah, this doesn't have a big shock. I could put a big shock in it, but then I'd need to get longer forks. I suppose I could always go for oversized forks. That's the other trick, isn't it? So basically, if you want to put bigger forks, you put 29er forks on a 26 wheel and it just makes them massive. Because now the disc, the braking's at the bottom, it doesn't make any difference. But yeah, just need to make something to go in here to stop this sideways movement from. It's got to go from here to here. I'm just hoping it doesn't flex too much. If there's too much flex, it will fracture. You could do a crossman. Right?
Meadow says the same with GT85. It cleans and lubes in 3 for 400 mil. Vanibo says Clive IV just received a partnership offer through Stream Elements. Vanibo says for a game.
You've just received I've just received a partnership offer. Yeah, so if you stream, you get different games. If you can get people to sign up to it and play the game, it's really helpful. Thank you again to everyone that signs up to my games. What we got here? If we take this bolt, I've got some new bolts to put in here. Let's have a look.
Vanibo says, so do I just need to add it onto my stream?
Yeah, you can just add them on your stream, and then.
Vanibo says, can you sign up for my game?
The thing is, if I sign up to yours, what am I going to put on my stream? But thanks for the offer, Vanibo. We've got some new bolts to put in. These ones, they look better. So we'll get them in. I think they should fit. They're the same thread? Yeah, they should be the same. What size Allen key is that though? Yeah, will that fit? Yeah. Cool. Take the cheap bolts out and put some good ones in. I don't know if these are going to stay in. I don't normally put them in with the electric drill, but hey, don't hit the car. There we go. Looks a little bit more finished. I don't know when the handlebars, like I said, the rims will be here today. I'm not sure when the handlebars. So I don't want to buy anything more for this. At the moment, everything I've bought will go on the other bike, but I can put it on this. This is just me seeing if it will work. And if the bike's going to be big enough for me. So when the other handlebars turn up, I'll throw them on. I'll probably throw the brakes on just to see if I can sit on it and it looks comfortable. But what I need to find is these have got lockout, and I want to get a rear shock with lockout. And then when I push the lever on the frame or wherever, it locks front and back at the same time. So it needs to be a double lockout lever. Because that would be excellent then. Because then it's a road bike with off-road capabilities. But like, if I sit on this and I bounce, yeah. Like, that's really, really bouncy, and it's really soft. So I'm just going to literally, I want to be able to lock it out when I'm riding, and then when I'm rolling, I'm hitting the bumps down the trails. It's literally just floating over the bumps, and it's nice and small that I can just throw it round.
Meadow says, I'm going back to bed. I have not been well. Think I pushed too hard and I'm exhausted. I just need to rest.
Okay, mate. You do what you got to do.
Vanibo says at Meadows, take care, mate.
Thanks for coming in, though, mate. You take care of yourself. I will bodge this, and I'm sure it will.
We'll all hear from you.
I'm sure it'll be all right. I'm happy with that so far. It's just, I don't know what to do with the next bit. I don't know whether to put these on it or just to leave, because if I leave them like that, there's lots of clearance. I can make these bigger. I don't have to. I can make these out of much bigger tubing to make it stronger. But I like the idea of something coming along here just to stop anything from going in the wheel. I'm wondering what to make. I need to make something to go between there and there. And I'm like, what can I make it of? What have I got? What have I got laying around? I've got steel. I've got got square tubing. I haven't got any more aluminium tubing. I've got square stuff. So I could have made these out of a box tubing, which would be a lot stronger. Or solid bar. If these were solid bar, that would be indestructible. But yeah, so these are just tube for lightweight. But what I'm worried about is the in and out motion. If the bag was to whack it and maybe put a dent in it, it would then just fold up under its own weight. So if you've got I don't know, anything like a tubular structure, as soon as you dent it, that's it. It's just going to go. But because it's a pushing force, you could even use wood. You could use, as long as you had the end caps, you could use wood between there because it's just compacting it, so it doesn't really matter what you make it out of. I just don't know how I'm going to get, how to stop the bag movement from pushing in. At the moment, look, if I push that, it's just going to bend. It's got no strength in it at all, so I've got to keep clearance for the wheel. But if I do a triangle, I think we can probably get away with it. I just don't know. Do I make it out of a piece of tubing, flatten the tubing, bend the tubing down into like a V? I think that's what I'm going to do. I think if I shoot to B&Q, go and get some more tubing, come back, I'll get a few more lengths of it, and then just play around with ideas, really. The idea of whether I do seem to fancy another one going across here. If I put that short one in there, whether to go from there to there, or from there to there. If I go to there, see, I like there because that's keeps it like a triangle, but that supports the bag more because the bag's going to be sitting on this bit. See, I find bike frames back when this was built was so simple. They were just a simple design. They've gone so far now with all this extra technology, but it's just, I don't want all the extra mechanisms. I just find it's just, why? Such a simple design. Now I think they've just gone overcomplicated to make them look cool. But yeah, that needs a piece of tubing from there coming down to there. Make these bigger maybe. Because if I crush the middle, I can drill a hole there, put that up there, then bring that down to this. That would make that stronger. But yeah, Dibs was right. You won't see most of this when it's on the bike. These will be the ones that have the barcodes on them. I don't know what I'm going to do for the front. The front carrier is going to be an arse because I need to make something custom for it. originally I was looking for something like this. This is much too big, but this was the idea, right? You get a clamp and you put it round there like that. A smaller one, and then it clamps onto the frame like that, and then I could then have something mounted on it. So you could almost have something mounted like this. So you could have your carrier out there, but I don't know what we're going to do. The best, but I tell you, like the postie bikes were the ones. But I don't know if we can make something out of aluminium that's going to take that kind of support, or if we make a frame that's going to be like a steel frame to go on it. I don't know. Or can we put a carrier on the front? Can we put a bike carrier on here? But how would you clamp it round it and have it out here? And then do the same as what we've done there, where it comes back and mounts to the frame. So like nodules there and nodules there, and it comes out here. Do we have pannier bags on the front, or do we have some form of basket? I would probably prefer some form of basket that keeps it narrow, so it's narrow at the front but wider at the back. How big a frame is that? .42? .41. So probably about a clamp that's 42 would probably go around that. You could probably get one at the bottom, maybe. Maybe get one down there. And one on there. So you could have two clamps, and then from that you could mount it, but I don't know if that would be strong enough or it's going to damage the frame. Let's get my seat over here. How are we going to design this? Oh. If you are interested, or if you've got any ideas, you know, I mean, feel free to put stuff in chat, and because it's one of those that if you've just joined us, they don't make what I want. I rode from Land's End to John O'Groats this year, and I found that they just didn't make a bike for doing what I want to do. So if you buy a mountain bike with suspension, they're not made for carrying stuff, and the carriers are always mounted on the bottom, which means that it's unsprung weight, which is probably what they do that for a reason, but it makes handling really, really bad. So I want all of my weight on the frame, and then I will adjust the suspension in accordance to the weight and whatever else. But I want it to be quite a soft ride. I want it to be lockable, so I can lock it on the road, and then when I'm going down trails, we can unlock the suspension. It's more for rolling. I don't do a lot of standing up, and when I'm going up hills, I'm not really kind of flying around the bends and jumping. I'm just kind of like nice and easy, plodding along, which means I can then lock it out, and if we're going slow, I don't really need the suspension. I'd probably want to be able to lock them individually, because I could then lock the rear one but have the front one unsprung just for riding along, and then vice versa. So yeah, it's kind of a flexible bike that I can change. Right, let's have a look, see if we can buy... Is it a U-clamp? 42mm? 42mm U-clamp. So you can get a 42mm one. So I could use like a U-clamp idea to mount something on the front if I wanted to, maybe. Because you could get probably one on the top. You could even get one in the middle, actually. You could put a U-clamp in the middle, 2 U-clamps. That would give you a good place to clamp something on. I just worry that it might wear, because it's aluminium, it's quite soft, and the clamp starts wearing and comes loose. That's the only thing I don't like about clamps. I'd rather have it welded on. But this is to give me just some ideas, really, of how to mount stuff. Aluminium like clamp would be better, because it fits bigger, spread the load. But yeah, you know, I mean, I normally carry 4 bags like this, so you're going to have a bag like that. And then you've also got a lot of side movement. So that's what I need to stop. I need to stop that. So this needs to be more solid than it is. And by a bit of triangulation, a metal bar, basically a little metal bar going from there to the middle. So it comes from this bit, goes from this up to this. So it's just like that. And then another one the other side will just stop them from going in. Don't think it goes back any further than that either. I think that's as far as it goes. But I don't know if we're going to go bigger tubing. Do I use bigger tubing or do I stay the same size? And then how do we mount them here? What size tube? I wonder what size that frame is. Let's have a look so we can get some aluminium tube clamps. Uh, 22? That's 20. It's probably 20. 2021. I don't know when my new ones have got. Oh, here we go. Batteries have probably gone dead. Yeah, battery's going. It's my cheap one. Oh, it's 19.3. Let's try it again. It's not the best one, this, as it's made out of plastic. It's all over the bloody place. It's like a Christmas cracker one. 19.2. We've done the same measurement. All right, 19.2. So if I can find a clamp that does 19mm or goes down to 19mm, we're pretty much laughing. Aluminium clamp. Laser clamp 42mm. Let's put 19mm. What's it come up with? Oh, they look quite nice because they're more of a solid block. 19 to 30 universal. Oh, what are they? Amazon. I don't want bolts both sides. I want them a bit more smoother. Oh, they look nice. So I could clamp them on there and there. They'd clamp round nice and... What are they for? 2 pieces, 19 to 30mm. Tube clamp, mounting bracket, ball bind, pipe bracket, driving light, road. Okay. Oh. Add the basket. Oh, they're headlight brackets. Oh, this is no motorcycle headlight clamp. Oh, they look better. So yeah, I need something that basically fits on, but doesn't look as horrible as this. That's a lot more rounded corners. These are all sharp, and then I can just clamp them on the frame, and they give me places to bolt things on. Now there are ones that they're made for motorcycle forks that you can clamp on the fork. So when you've got 4 forks, they clamp on. You can fit lights and stuff on them. they're a lot more finished. I don't have to use this rack. I would like to buy a proper one from somewhere like Top Peak. I want another bar. This has only got one bar, so I want like a drop bar down here, so I can put the bag lower. So theoretically, I would like this to be welded with another bar lower, so then I can put a bag on top and it's completely independent. Now, where this is mounted so high, it would be great to have another carrier underneath. So I could maybe put two carriers together, bolt two carriers or weld two carriers together, having a lower one and an upper one, give me another row underneath, and then having that welded together. So this is all the ideas I'm looking at. I can kind of take it to a welder and say, right, this is what I want. Can you just basically weld all this together for me, please? And at least that way, it's then kind of fixed. I don't know if I want all these welded, because what I'm thinking is if I'm cycling to Scotland and we break anything like this, I could potentially make some spare rods to take with me, because one of these rods doesn't weigh anything, so I can just slide that in a bag. So we can have spare rods, I can take spare bolts, and then if anything breaks I can at least replace it or make some spares to get them posted out. I'm in lots of and ahhing today where we're going to go with this. But as I've said, like, there is not a shop that makes what I need. I keep bringing them up and they're like, no, sorry, don't make that. So it's just, right, let's make it ourselves. If you were watching the start of the stream, or if you wasn't watching, when I was kind of 13, 14, I had a BMX like the one that's on the wall over there. And I put motorbike front forks on it, and it was off of I think it was a 20-inch wheel Pooch Maxi, or a Pooch. Have a look up Pooch, P-U-C-H. They were like little 50cc mopeds with pedals. We took the front forks off of it. We had BMX handlebars, and we had suspension forks on a BMX bike. And I built that long before anything in the UK had suspension on a push bike. I then put motorbike forks on a, I don't think it was a mountain bike. Back then you didn't really have mountain bikes. It was just a large wheel bike. And then mountain bikes all come from that era. Alrighty then. So let's have a look. So we've got clamps. What are they for? No. Display rack shelf. Clamp bodies green. Hydraulic. They're from something hydraulic, but they're quite square and they're quite chunky. Laser 42 tube. No, that's too big. 18mm bodies black. Billet clamp 19.1. How's that? How will I get that on the frame? I don't think it opens up. It looks really, really nice, but it doesn't open up.
Emotional, damn it!
Oh, it does.
Emotional, damn it!
Problem is, it doesn't clamp both sides, so it would probably just open up and break it. See if I can find something to show you. Oh, that's bloody Temu. I don't want Temu. Let's have a look, see if I can find anything on AliExpress. I'll try and get a photo up so I can show you what I'm looking at to clamp this tubing. These would just come with a kit that's universal with all the different adjustments, but the adjustments all come loose. So I don't want any of these clamp mount ones because they wear and come loose, and you have to keep doing them up, and it's just annoying. So all of these have got locking nuts. So that's why I'm thinking if we squash this down and maybe go straight to there. Let's have a look. Aluminium clamp 19mm. Come on. What are they for? Motorcycle pegs. See, motorcycle clamp. Might have to be like a tube. Oh, here we go. So we've got lots and lots of different tube clamps now. Take care, Martin. Have a good day, mate. I'm sure we'll catch up soon. I'm just gonna... Oh, they're hose clamps. No, they're no good. What are they? Carbon tube clamp. Aluminium clamp, 19mm. I've got the wrong glasses on, so I'm struggling to bloody see it. Oh, there's Temu again. Amazon. Amazon's only like a couple of quid dearer than Temu, so I don't know why you'd go for Temu. Thing is, I don't think they mount. They need to be a solid fixture. They can't be like a rubber, because if they're rubber, they'll move and then everything else will come loose. You want everything to be hard, like hard fixed. Clamp bodies, aluminium. Alloy motorcycle stent, I think that says. Let's do aluminium light clamp and see if we can get, because it's the size. I have to do that afterwards. We've got aluminium light clamp. Motorcycle, how small is that? I have to go into them and look at the size. 22, no. Pair 25, no, it's there 25mm. 20mm to 50mm. Hello, Ginge. My little Gingy cat's come out, he's whinging. Hello? What are you doing? Come on then. Come on, Squeaky. You need oiling. What? Come on then. Oh. He's sitting out there winking at me out, he won't come in. What are you doing? Come on then. Come on then. Come on. What are you doing? Hello? Come on. Come on then. Come on. Gingy. Gingy. No. He doesn't like it in here. He literally walked up to me and he's like, yeah, sod you. No, I can't find anything that clamps. These are not proper clamps. I want something that fits perfectly around it. So when you clamp it up, it's not crushing the tube in any way. At the moment, you've kind of got not periods, how to explain this? It's not clamping evenly. So the pressure's not evenly round the tube. It's just kind of probably cutting in just on this side and on the other side, and then you've got like a gap. So it's putting pressure on the tube just on the outside and inside, and I want it to be kind of equal all the way around. So when I clamp it up tight, I know that it's spreading the loads, and that way you get you don't get any wear. Where this is clamped, it could potentially do that, and then it would basically wear into the aluminium frame, and I don't want that. You've got bumper and spotlight mounts and stuff. aluminium light mount. I think I can get 22 because you can go to 22 to 25 millimeter. Yeah, because you've got handlebar tube there. Look, handlebar tube is normally bigger than that. Unless I put some inserts, I'd have to get some like aluminium inserts or another bit of tubing to just take it down. But it needs to look. It needs to look really, really professional. Because I could then put these rods inside, which gets them away from getting caught on my legs. You get 4 of them on Amazon. Yeah, it says 1932, but it's all with these rubber mounts. And because of the weight, because you've got quite a lot of load on there, it's not just a light, they probably move a lot. Anyone got any ideas? So if I was to make these bigger, if I put a bigger tube there and then use this small tube down here, that would probably be better, to be quite honest. It's just these clamps. What other, let's have a look, see what seat post pannier rack. Just gonna have a look, see what other makes they've got. Oh, you got the. Oh, okay, because you got the other type as well, haven't you? Yeah, we can't use the other type because we need to mount it. So if I want the clamps there that will go like that, but it's a bit at the wrong angle. Yeah, there is another rack where these arms go under this. So that would go there and it goes underneath. Images. Decathlon. Decathlon does a nice one. Oh, hang on a minute. What's that one there? That looks really good. Where the hell's that come from? Who makes that? Blackburn. Because that would go like that. Oh, if I turn that upside down, that would actually be perfect for what I'm looking for. like a zigzag, so it kind of goes like that. But if I put it upside down, I could do with the zigzag. That's what I could do. Clamp there, and it zigzags up, rather than having this design all welded from the frame. Where the hell's that one coming from?
Hi, I'm Aaron from Axiom Performance Gear, and I want to tell you a little bit about our universal flip-flop racks. Now these super versatile racks mount to your seat post via an easy-to-use quick-release bracket, so you can quickly swap them from one bike to another. And as the name suggests, they feature a patent-pending design that flips and flops, so they can be mounted in either a high or low position. What that means is that flip-flop racks are compatible with nearly all bike frame types and wheel sizes, and you can easily adjust the rack to ensure that it sits at an ideal height above your wheel. So whether you're riding a road bike, a mountain bike, or a hybrid, the flip-flop fits, period. So there are 3 racks in this series. You've got the LX, the LX Spring, and the DLX. All of them feature hand-welded tubular 6061 aluminum construction, and they consist of a support tube and a platform. And the platform has this great quick-release lever system that enables you to slide off your trunk bag in a flash. It also lets you slide in the platform when you're not using it. Now, flip-flop racks all carry up to 15 kilos, so they're perfect for recreational activities or light urban applications.
It would go from there and come here. It'd be a lot lower.
Match them up with a trunk bag and a handlebar bag, and you have ample space for everything you'll need for a day on your bike.
Ah, see, I've never seen that. So it's called an. Let's copy that. Web search. Let's have a look. Who sells that? I don't think it's available in the UK. Out of stock. Let's just get rid of that. Let's get rid of the flip flop and just put seat post, see if we can find it on Amazon. Now you've got Halfords. Everything in the UK seems to all be set at a certain level. No, not finding anything there. Southport Race, nah. Not going to get it in the UK. It's like you can have it here, but you can turn the post up either way. So you can either have it kind of going down and then up, or you can have it down and up and then down. So it does look a lot more customizable, shall we say? Safe. What's that one now? They've clamped it through. Yeah, if I clamped it there, it would literally be on the tyre. I didn't see how high the tyre goes actually, but it's definitely, if I clamp anything there, it has to have a bend on it. It has to go up first. If it goes up and then along, but I can't find any that go up and along. And this bit here, I don't think you can turn it round. It's literally one shape. What's the Halfords one? So the Halfords one just goes down. If I could make it go the other way, it'd be fine. I bought one the other day, but it was far too small. Some of these carriers, like this one's actually quite long. Like if I put my arm on there, look, it's almost to my elbow. But some of them are literally only this long. They're really, really tiny. They don't have this extra bit of carry-on. I'm still going to struggle to put the bag on there because this isn't far enough back, really. But I wanted it over the rear wheel. Remember when I first saw this bike, I was like, oh my god, I've never seen anything like it in my life. Just the whole way that it was made. It's over 20-year-old now. I'm 46. So, if I was 48, I probably had since I was 18. So 20, what's that, 28 years? Yeah, about 28-year-old. It's getting on a bit. The other problem with a lot of these carriers, they don't have anywhere like to bolt extra brackets on to take extra load. So a lot of them are independent without this. But by putting this in, you can almost double whatever they can take. Because all the load would be on this bit here. By putting this in, you double it. What's that one there? Yeah, so without this, that's what the strength is, that. You could do that with being lower. I didn't want to cut any frame away and lower the seat post down lower, because I could have took a bit off there and lowered that by another. But I don't think it's worth it, you're not going to gain. Yeah, the flip flop. They call it a flip flop rack. I just find that these ones are made very, very cheaply. The clamps on them are, yeah, shocking. Oh. See, a lot of the ones I find when I search for them, seat post, pannier rack, 500, 2000 version, Decathlon. So one from Decathlon looks nice. It's got things to stop it going in the wheel, which is good. It seems to be quite long actually. That bit looks quite long. Probably about, is that for the back of the seat? But that one clamps, it's got really good clamps. Minimus pannier rack that attaches to your bike seat post. The stays prevent bags from getting caught in the spokes. Max weight 10 kg, but by putting that on there, at least it doubles it. Easy. All the rest I'm seeing is just, yeah, they're just copies. What's this one? 15 kg max. It's pretty much that one, just a slightly different design. I just want to get one that's slightly better made. The top peak ones are great. Top peak seat post rack. Yeah, top peaks ones are really small. The one in Halfords is not that much better. It's like really, really tiny, the one from what's that one? I wonder if we can go there. Leaning towards it, which is good. So it would clamp there and it'd come up. That's so tiny though, it's only a bit out there. Would you get 2 pannier bags on that? Top peak, it says type A. But clamp it there, it then comes up and then over. It would be a lot lower than that, which would get my bags down, but I don't know if they'd be far enough away from the pedals. It's a beam rack, they call it. Top peak beam. Everyone else calls it seat post rack, they call it a beam rack. Type A. Let's just put in there A beam rack. No. What's that one? Someone say one. Oh, that's a type A. So it comes on there, would come up and then along, but it won't come out as far as that, it only comes to about there. So my bags do you got sides on that one? They're really expensive. See, I ordered one the other day and it was, no, it's different, wrong type. Yeah, they've done a V type and an E type, they didn't do an A type. This is the only one that does. They want to buy it from Amazon. If I buy it from anyone else, sending it back is a bit of an arse. Type A. Bite in. Oh, hang on, I think they do it on Amazon. It hasn't got any side bits on it though, but it does look like it fits better. Yeah, it comes up from the clamps, so it clamps, comes up and then comes out. So it would, I could have it right down here, clamped on here rather than up here, and then this bike's not going to be cheap, is it? But that would do the same thing. So if I could clamp it here, that would be the perfect height for it, just clearing the wheel. I suppose you've got the mudguard in there though, the mudguard's going to be there. And I'll start swapping stuff over. I might put the rock shocks on this frame though, I don't know yet. We'll see what happens, whether I'm going to run the rock shops on it or not. Got the new wheels and tyres coming, so once the new wheels and tyres come, we'll get them on. This crank, I'll keep it for the time being because that's quite a good size. It's got a small one on there, but I need to go bigger at the back. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only an 8. I normally run a 9, so we're normally 9 speed. 27, isn't it? 27 speed I normally run. I was thinking, hang on, how do I work that out? Right, I'm going to go and get another drink while I sit here and scratch my head. Bear with me. I'll leave you on that screen. The bike workshop. Let's get a cup of tea. Right, should we go out and should we go out for a drive? If I can get you on, how do I get you on me? Are we still there, everyone? Is the microphone working? Yeah, it is. Who's coming for a drive? Or you all disappeared?
Georgia Todd 1234 says yes. Let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, look, you actually stood on the car. This is let's get that in. Right, we've got that one there. What I'll do, let's unplug all the leads. Let's put that stand. And throw that on the floor. Throw the big brick. This is the massive house brick, I'll call it, that carries stuff around. There we go. Right. I'm trying to work out where to put a battery. It's really annoying when you stream equipment, just batteries. Right, there we go. Right, I'm going to put you on the Be Right Back screen so we can get my car out without reversing over anything. Right, yeah, we've just got to shoot up to the shop to get some more tubing so I can work out what I'm going to do here. So we got this bit, but we need a bit to go over the top to support these. They've got like a little triangle on these, and we need to make these look nicer. I think they need to be kind of finished somehow. So yeah, I'm going to muck about with it, and I think how many bits of tubing do you reckon we need? Because I might use these for these bits, bring these down and bolt these on here to bring it more. I think it needs to go backwards more, maybe, not sure. I'm in an RN. It's one of, whenever you design stuff like this, you don't know if it's going to work until you kind of build it and then try it. So yeah, right. Let's put you on map. Or should we do blur?
It's been a good day though. What have we done now? 29, nearly 30 miles. Just checking, right, hang on, just checking, see what you can see. I'm not sure what the signal is going to be like, Georgine, you have to let me know. But yeah, I'm just about to leave now for the shops, so fingers crossed, eh? Alright, mate. That's alright, don't worry about me, as long as he's alright. When I go up the hills, I think mainly because I'm pulling a lot of weight.
Sarah says when I go on the bike I do a warm-up 5 kilometers.
Oh, whereas I just get on the bike and just go, we're going. Oh look, at the Shilton Arms, Saturday 8th. Beat them muscles. No, heart rate's good. Morning, mate. Morning. Right, that says we're off. We're off journey by that one. Oh, welcome, SW, welcome in. So here we go, look. Whoa, nearly fell off. MR2. Well, that's a big one. I'll show you where I'm going actually, if I can stop and push that button, there we go. Ain't got to go far.
let's hope a bird doesn't shit in my car. Right, let's get the camera on. Just going to put it on me. Pull camera out. Clip camera into chest. There we go. Where's the microphone? There we go. There's the mic. Where's my other phone? Here we go. Let's go shopping. Oh. Hang on. Let's. Just going to put the power lead. Right. Let's go shopping. I don't know if we can make any clips of this because it'll save me editing later, but it'd be nice to
12:34 says shopping time with flies.
trying to find the bits we need. So we need some more metal bar. So welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm Clive. Welcome to Clive's Adventures. Let's go to B&Q and see if we can find some more. Signal. Let's have a look. When I go up the hills, I think mainly because I'm pulling a lot of weight. Where? Can't find any solid bar. I've got threaded bar.
Well, fingers crossed this is enough. I'll put you on privacy mode. Hello again. Yep, we're getting there. We are getting there slowly.
At least you're getting there. Right, trade card, honey.
Okie dokie. There you go.
Lovely, thank you. And that is $13.68 then, please, darling. Just thinking. There you go, darling.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Right. Let's go. Did the live stream actually work in there?
Love how she says darling.
Oh no, got me yesterday, mate. Got me yesterday when I was in here buying bits. It was the day before. Might have been the day before. That's how you can tell she's a local girl. Oh my god, it's actually raining. I've come out, there's rain inside the car. Should we get home quick? Right, you're gonna have to stay inside the car. There's no, literally, I only live around the corner, so it's pointless, kind of. Yeah, it's pointless. Right, I'll put you on privacy and I'll see you when I get in, basically. See you when I go. Wow. $92. Dickheads. Fucking dickhead. It's on the phone anyway. Can someone clip that? I can't clip it. My hands ain't working. Let's get here and clip. slowly getting worse.
Lana Jane says your epic trip around the country.
Oh my God, she's gonna run this guy over. Oh my God. Please tell me you got that. No, right, good morning, mate. Morning, morning. Right, that says we're off journey by that one. Oh, welcome, SW, welcome in. There we go, look. Whoa, nearly fell off. MR2. What speed can we get? Is he going to get me? Hang on, fast as we can. What number can we get? Yay! That was funny. That was probably the best bit of my day. No worries, Katie. Stay safe.
Measuring that side and going it's 4 fingers. I'm measuring this side and saying it's more than 4 fingers. I was going around to that side and saying no, it's wrong, because he's only checking one side and he's got a different size hand. Like, you know what I mean? Everything on people is different sizes, isn't it? So when we go Thailand, you ain't see I'm moving through it. I need to find out. Technical measurements. Yeah.
Later. I'll try and give you a call in a bit. It's that time of day when the sun's come out, but it's still really chilly. It can't quite make up its mind. Like, the sun on my back's really hot, but the air on my front's really freezing. I've got the best of both worlds. And there's
where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with. I'm wherever you're with me. Let's take it.
Reconnected, so I forgot the signal.
Don't make me ask you how old it is.
Wow.
You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say you were taking on.
Welcome back. It started raining. It says we're back. You have to let me know because switched to live apparently. Let's get back in here so I can see what's going on. you back on there.
Georgia Todd 1234 says, welcome back home.
Thanks. Yeah, stupid look like. Not out for 5 minutes, was I? It's literally only just up the road. But I think so. Back in the workshop, continuing and try and make this bit we're trying to make. How hot is it there? Put it there. Oh, I'll leave the phone charging. I said I bought 2 long lamps. Could do with a bit there really. You got this bit, could do with another arm there. Or Rick can. My wheels have turned up. That's proper amazing news. Why does it say be right back on screen? That's a bit better. Yeah, that's really, really noisy. But hopefully that fixes the problem. That's sad. So 2 rims, no tape. What's wrong with the stream, mate? Is it bad?
Signal low. Live stream active.
Ah, the signal. Hang on, it might be the network. Let's see what network we're on. Bus stop. Which one are we on? Well, it says it's on the good network, so I'm not sure what's going on. But you've got the rims. Got new bolts, new mounts. These are the new discs. Size of them. I get a feeling that's not going to go in. I don't think there's enough clearance for a bigger disc on the back, but they're definitely big enough for one on the front. So I think you just get rims, I don't think you get anything else with them.
Live stream active.
Nothing else in there.
just a box of cardboard. You don't get anything else with them. If I'd bought new rims from China, I would have got everything with them. What the hell is going on with this? Let's just connect to the normal network and see if that's all right.
Live stream active.
It's got to be a network problem. See if we can connect to that one.
Live stream active.
I don't know what to suggest. It's
Signal low. Live stream active. Signal low. Live stream active.
the signal's just bouncing. But I've got one of these. I'm just going to try and put a rim on it, a brake on it, because these are absolutely huge. Right, so let's try and get that lined up with one of them holes. So
Live stream active.
it might be because Sam's in meetings. If Sam's in meetings, it might be affecting the network.
Bless him.
Live stream active.
On disk.
Signal low. Live stream active. Live stream active. Signal low.
I'm do a test to see what
Live stream active.
it's literally bouncing.
live stream active.
I wonder if I can bend this. If I could bend this, it'd be wicked.
No.
Stream active.
Nah.